I'm gonna love you.
Alright, welcome back YouTube to another episode of Gears of War 4 Insane Co-op Act 4 Chapter 4. So before we get started, I do want to clarify that there are about 2 collectibles in this level. This level is going to be pretty long, so expect a lot of shooting for this chapter. Other than that, then we should really get started. You might die a couple times, just letting you know, but besides that, let's get started. So I do want to apologize for like the first, I want to say 2 minutes. It's going to be a little wonky, I guess. As you can see, like, you know, it's kind of lagging. It's, I guess when I was streaming, that's kind of how it was going. So I apologize for that, but it should get better after that. This is kind of the first part when you got to turn on the power. You will face right about 4 juvies and, you know, 2 drones. Take them down, and yet a little warning, you still don't get a checkpoint, okay? This right here is probably the hardest part of that little section. It is really annoying because there are about 5 to 6 drones, and then the tip is to try to kind of get, like, go in that cover right there, but just be aware that they are going to throw grenades at you, okay? And also be aware that the ones in the back have bolt hogs, so they can literally snipe you in like 2 shots. So just a heads up on that. The tip for this would be to just kind of spot them, and then try to hopefully have the AI kind of help you out. I mean, again, the AI is really terrible in this thing, but make sure you spot them, and then have everyone basically shoot at the same one, and then after that, you should get a checkpoint after that. Alright, so shortly after that, these 2 pouncers are going to show up, okay? You want to head over to their left, okay? Basically, the thing, or the way that the pouncers work is that they try to kind of, you know, lean on something where they can stand on. So my partner over here actually thought of actually going to the left, and if you kind of go to the back, there really isn't anything for them to really stand on. So that's why that was a really good spot. They will eventually jump kind of close to you, but at that point, just kind of head to the back. And then just keep on shooting. They will run away, and then that's kind of how you kill them. So I hope that really helps. Alright, so moving on. This is where you got to split up, okay? So this part is really actually annoying because if you die, you start all over from the beginning. So just a heads up on that, unless you get a checkpoint. But the checkpoints are pretty scarce in this little section. So if you're on top, you're just going to have to provide fire, okay? The person in the bottom is going to turn on the power. And then that's when a whole bunch of juvies are just going to pop out. They shouldn't be too hard, but just a heads up on that. That's all that really spawns as well. And then once you take those down, the person on top has to turn on like the wheel, which basically makes a platform for the other persons to follow through. But the thing is, there are 2 drones on top. Just a heads up on that. Try not to get up there. Try to have the person on top really protect you and kind of tell you, okay, this is where this person is at, and yada yada. After that, the person on top has to open this door, but the thing is, there is someone on the turret. So right there, my partner actually sniped him down. So that was it for that guy. But then there are 2 drones in the back, okay? Again, if you're on the other side, if you chose the bottom side, you shouldn't have any trouble right now. You should just be helping out the person on top. So after that, once you turn on the power, I believe, at the bottom, or actually, sorry about that. Actually, when you turn on the wheel right here, again, to make another platform for them to cross by, Scion's going to pop out with a couple of drones. You want to get on the turret, okay? He is a Scion with the drop shots. Just a heads up on that. Be careful with them. But if you are using the turret, you really shouldn't have any trouble with that. And then again, remember, if you die in any of these parts, you got to start all over. So just a heads up on that. Right here, we're like, okay, what do we got to do? But the person on the bottom actually has to turn on the power, which is when the electricity pops out. And then that's when the door opens right here to your left. And then that's when another Scion comes in, as you'll see in a little bit. But you do happen to get a checkpoint, though. So just a heads up on that. Just make sure you walk down. And right before you go up the stairs right there, you should get a checkpoint. And then at this point, I saw there was a Scion with a couple of drones. So I decided to go back with the turret. But in reality, I couldn't really get him. I was getting the drones, but not the Scion. The Scion tends to stay in there, and this guy just has the bus kill, so it shouldn't be too hard, I should say. After that, he should be the only one left. Just like I said, 2 drones in the Scion. Just go down there and shoot him. Try to stay a little far away from him, and that should be it. Alright, so moving on, this is where the carrier pops out. Basically, what you're seeing us do right now is we're just taking down all of the pods. Because once the carrier comes in, he's going to smash the floor and he's actually going to open some of the pods. And some Jewies are going to pop out. So what we're doing before is we're actually knocking everything down. So like that, once he pops out, we just have to worry about him and nothing else. Another tip, also, there is a buzzsaw over there to your left. So he's on the far left top corner, if that makes sense. And again, we used it kind of like we did in the last episode, where the buzzsaw actually does some pretty good damage to him. Except this one has less ammo, which kind of sucks. But it is actually very useful. You want to walk forward a little, and then that's when he pops out. This is me picking it up, and then once again, as soon as first he's gonna smash the floor, so don't bother shooting. But after that, give it a couple seconds, and he should be doing that. Again, have your partner, if you are playing, in co-op, have him shoot down those little seekers, I guess is what they're called. And then at this point, just waste all of your buzzsaw kill, because why not? It's free ammo basically. And then this is when I had the idea of actually kind of going to the back where he spawns. He's actually gonna follow me a lot, which is pretty cool as well because your partners can shoot him. But it's kind of weird because even though you have to shoot him, like in the stomach when it opens up. So you actually have pretty good fire. Even though I will tell you this, there will be a couple times where the seekers will spawn in there, so you'll die. But oh yeah, and then be careful when he shoots him right at you. But if you're in here, you should pretty much be safe. Just if you're in there, he's most likely gonna, try to target you. So just go to the side, and then that actually makes it really simple for your partner to shoot him, because he's sometimes gonna be facing them. So your job will be to try to take down the seekers. I hope I hope you kind of seen like the little thing that we're doing here, the tip. He will charge at you sometimes, like I said, but then he's gonna look back the other way, which is a little weird. And then that's when your teammates can take him down. And again, your job is to just take down the seekers. And then just a couple of tries like this, and he should actually go down in just a little bit. So really, just be careful with the one that he throws directly at you, and then that should really be it. And then let's get started with the next part. All right, so this next part is after you're done, crossing the windmill, I guess, or the gear. So what's gonna happen here is there's gonna be 3 drones that are gonna pop out. Once you take down 1 or 2, that main door is gonna open, and then that's where 2 drones are gonna come in with a Scion. Okay, I would recommend for you to go behind one of the broken pillars, because as you can see, the Scion really doesn't hit me that much. I tried it when I was closer to the like the sandbags, or actually right there where Dell is at, and they were shooting me really good. So just a heads up, just mark the drones, and then aim for the Scion, and that should really be it. Again, if you're having trouble, just keep on trying. And then after you're done with them, just go in front, and then there's this door where both you and your partner have to open up. Just follow me, take a left, and then this is where the first out of the second collectible is at, right behind this like little desk. So yeah. Alright, so continuing forward after that, there will be this door where you gotta open up, and then this is where these, I guess we can call them chains, are kind of moving up and down. You want to really be careful. I would recommend you to stay back just in case, or actually go to the ones that are not moving, okay? But from here, try not to move up too much. Again, just spot them, and hopefully your team helped you out. But I will stay in here, though, because if you go out there, the chains move, as you can see. Sometimes they'll provide you cover, but when you least expect it, that's when they're going to move out, So I would recommend staying inside. Again, just kind of be careful, because there are dudes with the bolt talk. Those are kind of some of the ones you want to go for first, because they can snipe you down, like I mentioned, in like 2 shots. So again, this is just repetition. Just wait for them. Again, play your game. Don't play their game. Play it slow. Eventually, you'll take them down. And then some of them will actually even be squashed by the chain. So just let it happen. And then just continue forward. And then just be careful. You should be able to see the markings where they kind of land on. But if you go inside that same part, just take a left right here where it's 13E. Take a left. and the last collectible should be right behind these crates over here, and that should be it for that part. All right, so once you're done with the collectible, you open the door right there, and then again, the same thing as before. The chains are falling down, except this time, there isn't really much cover. I would recommend staying actually inside this door over here, and then just kind of shoot them away from this. There should be, anywhere from like 3 to 4 drones. And then as you can see, again, there really isn't much cover, so there will be times where the chains will kind of squish the drones, so just a heads up on that. And then after, a minute or two, there will be a scion that's going to be actually walking down towards you, okay? So just careful. He does have the drop shot, so be really careful with that. Again, try to stay inside. And actually, what ended up happening with us with the scion is, even though we were shooting him, he actually ended up being squished by one of these chains, as you'll see in a little bit. Just stay inside. Same thing. Wait for him, and like right there, that's where he got killed. So that was easy for us. And just be careful when you move forward, because there will be sometimes where a drone's gonna be still left. So as you can see, I saw him there. I didn't want to risk it, so I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna go back, take cover, and then eventually, I believe we kill him. So that should be it for this part. Alright, so finally moving on to the last part. This is kind of where you're going to face a couple of drones, and then this is also where our best friend, the Snatcher, is going to come by as well. So just a heads up, there is an M bar down there if you choose to use one, or if you're actually good with one. I'm usually terrible at snipers, but as you can see here, I'm actually popping domes, so that's pretty cool. There will be about 3 drones in each side, so so it's a fair share, I guess. And then the hardest part is when the Snatcher comes in. And here I'm gonna show you one tip that my partner actually told me, so you will see right now. This is actually the Snatcher actually jumps over here to me, and believe it or not, my cousin told me that you can go down. Right there, I should have died, but I didn't. So just a heads up, in case if he does charge at you, just go down there, and he's actually gonna be there. Just don't pop out. Your partners can shoot him from the other side. But just a heads up that he can throw up fire at you, and then he's gonna kill you, as he did for me the first time I kind of did that, which is why now we're doing this. But just a heads up, you can go down there and just don't pop out. Another thing, I believe my partner right here was kind of down as well, so we were just using the AI as bait. Really, we kind of like it when he picks up our AIs, because it's kind of free damage. Just as long as you take him down before he takes the AI, then you should be good. But just repeat this process, and just always take cover when he does that little like poison sting with his tail. Take cover, and then that should be it for this part. And you might die a lot, but that's okay though. So if you enjoyed the video, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. Make sure you check out the next one, and like always, we'll see you next time.